A vice chancellor at a university told me a story about how she helped her daughter handle a difficult situation of sexual harassment in the workplace. And her daughter called her on the phone and said, "Mom, I don't know what to do. My supervisor's been putting his arm around me and calling me honey. And today," and I just, I mean, I didn't say anything right away because I didn't want to make waves, and I haven't been in this job very long. And I mean, I can't even believe this is happening in this era, but I don't want to quit my job, and I don't want to report him. What am I going to do? And the mom helped her think of a non-defensive question. And she said she would try it. She went back to work the next day, and she asked if she could speak to him. And she said to him, "Do you believe I wanted you to touch me that way?" And he looked at her, and he said, "No, and I can see I've humiliated you, and I'll never do it again." Now, I teach, I mean, teaching powerful non-defensive communication is like my life. I teach it all the time, and yet I was sitting there wondering, why would he admit to breaking sexual harassment laws? He could be fired, he could be personally sued, he could ruin his career, his company could be sued. And for a long time, people have been telling me that the non-defensive process is very disarming. And I think I had come to the conclusion that if you ask a non-defensive question, sometimes it will move somebody at least to a neutral place so that they're not being so defensive or aggressive or whatever they're doing. But what I realized is that there was some way in which the young woman's question actually prompted the supervisor, her manager, to move from completely from a place of not only being defended, but being a perpetrator of abuse, to such a place of safety that he could see her humanity and take full accountability. And I have not fully for many years understood why the process has such a huge impact. But when I think back to what Dr. Joseph Ledoux said about the fact that you can't talk someone out of being defensive, but if you can prompt a different feeling in the person, then that person can actually drop all defensiveness just as instantly as it came up in the first place. And so I believe that even just the relaxed tone of voice, the lack of judgment, and the mere fact of, even in a circumstance where you are being threatened and you are being harassed in some way, can actually have the power to prompt the other person to completely drop their defenses, and in that sense then become, in that second or that moment, a person who is capable of taking accountability.